Hello, welcome to Pro Mixing and Mastering. Today I'm going to teach you how to mix top quality vocals. Take a listen to this.
Oh, yeah. I don't care about your past, cause I pray for you. I don't care about your ex. I just wanna be your next. You're permanent. I don't care about the rest. Let's make our history. I don't care about your weaknesses. No. I don't care about what you did or who you left. I don't care about your background. No. Or everything they've said about you. All I want is just a beautiful woman. A beautiful woman. All I want is just a beautiful woman with a beautiful soul. All I want is just a beautiful woman with a beautiful heart. All I want is just a beautiful woman with a beautiful heart. I don't care about your weakness, cause we'll make it strong together. I don't care about your sickness, cause God will make it better.
Ooh, these are fire vocals, alright? So what did I do? The first thing that I always tell you guys is the instrumental, alright? You've got to make sure that you spend time mixing your instrumental or your beat. So I spend time mixing and making sure that all the key elements like kick, snares and hats are all into their places. Then once I was done with the instrumental, I mixed it down and exported it as a WAV file, then send it all the way to Cubase. I usually make my beats in FL Studio. So now once your beat is done, you come to recording of vocals. Of course, I usually add a compressor onto my vocals. Just come to your stereo in, and please don't mind this. Somebody asked me why my microphone. This is just my microphone, so don't mind it. I've got something else that is recording in the background. So I usually put a compressor like this type of compressor. I usually use Cubase compressor, and I leave it on default just the way it is. I don't do anything. All right, this will help your vocals to be consistent and just to have that punch. So once you have loaded up your compressor, go ahead and start recording your vocals. And how you record your vocals is this: make sure your vocals are like this. Do not overclip your vocals. If your vocals end up being like this, it means that you're distorting and your mix is not gonna come out perfect. So make sure that your vocals are like this. You've gotta leave room for mixing and also volume expansion and all that. So this is why my vocals look like this, and I usually record my vocals this way, because in this way I can maximize my vocals and no harm will be done to my vocals, like clipping and distortion. Now once you are done with your recording, when it comes to mixing, I usually do this. As you can see, there are a lot of spaces here. I can add a get, go into dynamics and just get a get, so that those other places where the singer is not singing, a get can silence. Why not use a get? Well, it's good to use a get, but with me I don't use a get. I do it manually. So the places where the singer is not singing, like this space where the singer is not singing, I usually just come to my scissors, cut, come to my eraser, delete, and then come to my pointer and just fade it in, just like that. You fade it out, I mean. so that your vocal should not just, you know, have those clicks and cuts. So you just fade it in or fade it out nicely. In this way, your vocals are gonna sound natural and they are gonna sound clean and professional. The problem is a lot of producers end up adding a get. You've got to add a get when you know how to use it, especially when you know how to use a plugin. But if you do not know how to use a get very well, it's really gonna destroy your vocals. For example, let me do this. Put a get right there, dynamics, get a get. See what a get is gonna do, especially when you don't know how to do it. Your vocals are just gonna be bad. See that the sound is not coming out, but check this out. I'm gonna just take it down like this.
Yeah. I don't care about your past, cause I pray for you. I just wanna be on me.
Then you end up like having vocals that are not consistent. They keep coming in and coming out, and sometimes certain parts of your words just get cut. So to avoid that, just do it manually and cut your vocals the way you want your vocals to be. And in that way, your vocals are just gonna sound professional. And then the other thing that I do is onto every vocal, autotune is a must. Believe me, professionals and every professional producer, even though they try to like to hide it, there is just that vocal tuning that goes on in the background. So autotune works best for that. In order for your vocals to, remember, you are aiming for professional vocals, and if you want to have professional vocals, a lot of things that you have to do, like auto-tune and also vary audio. You just have to make sure that your vocals are into place, and also your vocals are, you know, sounding great. So to go to that extra mile, you add auto-tune to smoothen up your vocal and make your vocal sound great.
I don't care about your past, cause I pray for you. I don't care about your ex. I just wanna be your next. You're permanent. I don't care about the rest. Let's make our history.
See how nice the vocals are sounding, how, you know, fluent the vocals are sounding. Well, because of autotune, really the vocals are sounding great. And not only autotune, but also just a great mix, just to get that great mix. So this vocal, which is the verse, is connected to group number 1. So let's go ahead and check out what is in group number 1. In group number 1, we have my favorite, one of my favorite, and I recommend this to you guys. SSLG channel stereo is a good plugin for your vocals. It just has everything that you'd want to use. It has it's more like a dynamic plugin. So you want to use dynamic plugins onto your vocals. You want to control dynamics. The reason why you use dynamic plugins is because you want to control your dynamics. So the first thing that we use to control our vocals is filter. We filter the vocal. So there is this filtering which is around 20 or 35, somewhere there, to clean up the vocal. Then after I was done with cleaning up the vocal, I came with the high filters, raised it up a little bit just to open up the vocal and sharpen it just a little bit. Then after I was done with the high filter, I came to high mid filters, and then just cut a little bit, negative 2.0, just a little bit of that low mud frequencies, just, you know, to clean up the vocal a little bit more. And then from there, I turned on my filter dynamic section, turn it on so that this can be connected to this. And of course, low mid filters I had cut a little bit just to clean it up even a little bit more so that the vocals can sound better. And then turned on my filter dynamic section to the dynamics. So all this is sent to this. So you the moment you turn this, you send it to this. And now I have compression going on, which is 2.7. Then I also have you know, threshold determines how much compression you want to throw in. So my ratio is on 2.7, somewhere there. and this is basically controlling the filters and also the equalizer, the EQ. Without this, these are the vocal sounds like.
I don't care about your past.
But with it turned on,
I don't care about your past.
there is just that cut through effect that comes in because of this. So it's a beautiful plugin that you can always use for your vocals. And then the next thing is of course one of my all-time favorite compressors. I normally use this all the time. It gives me the volume that I want to my vocals. No matter how low my vocals are, immediately I come to this guy and work it out, push it to where I want it to be. My ratio 16, my threshold negative 20.5, release 227, medium somewhere there, and my attack is on 50 milliseconds. Put a little bit of de-essing because of the S's. So whenever like you push up the compressor, the S's are more because it raises the lower parts, gets raised up, and the higher parts gets to that level where the lower vocals, where it more like balances the vocals. So the S's become more. So to avoid that, to control that, this compressor comes with de-essing, where you control the S's. Now this is how it sounds like without compressor de-esser. Check this out. The vocals sound pretty low.
I don't care about your past, 'cause I pray for you. I don't care about your.
But now let me turn it on.
I don't care about your past, 'cause I pray for you. I don't care about your ex. I just wanna be your next. Your
beautiful plugin, right? Yeah. The next thing that I do is throw in also my all-time favorite. A lot of pro producers use this. It's a very good EQ. I usually mix this EQ with FabFilter Pro Q. These two, like with me, they go together. They really help me to get the sound balancing that I want. So boosted up, remember we did our subtractive EQ using SSLG channel stereo, dynamic EQ, and now we are boosting. So we did a cut. Now to return some of that body, we do what is called boosting. You add a little bit of that body, and this is what you can see. I have added from all the way from 23 to somewhere 269. I have added body to the vocal so that the vocal can have that body. Without adding body to your vocals are gonna sound thin. So you don't want to end up having thin vocals. That's not what you want, or else your vocals are not gonna be allowed to play onto radio stations or anywhere you take it. They're just gonna be too sharp to the ears. So you have to return body after you have done cutting a subtractive EQ. You just have to add, okay? And then after adding body, which is around 284 somewhere there, now I had to cut a little bit around 960 just to remove some bad frequencies around this area. And then also check this out.
I don't care about your past, 'cause I pray for you. I don't care about your ex.
So that's the part which I had to cut out a little bit. And then also around 1K, this one,
I don't care about your.
a little bit sharp to the ears. And of course, after I have done the subtractive, I'm gonna return this by adding it again. So you have to add some of that frequency which you have taken out. So that's the reason why this EQ is here. So let me turn it off.
I don't care about your past.
Turn it on.
I don't care about your past, 'cause I pray for you.
There is just that roundness and that body added to it. So after I was done with that, a little bit of another compression, but this time it's on auto, and my threshold is negative 20.6, not too extreme, not too much. my attack is on fast, my release is on half or medium, a little bit close to medium, my analysis is 80, and this is what has happened. Check this out.
I don't care about your past, cause I pray for you. I don't care about your ex.
So the reason for this compressor is for it to help me compress all these other things that I've done using SSLG, channel stereo, compressor, de-esser, FX, EQ, RTA, and this compressor is just helping me to compress this, and overall the entire vocal is being helped by this compressor to glue the vocals a little bit and just to make sure that everything works together with the rest of the plugins. Then once I was done with compressor, once you are done, you come to another EQ, and this time I'm using FabFilter Pro Q, like I told you. As you can see now, I am cutting this low frequency, this MIDI frequency, and you cannot hear this frequency even if I did like this. You cannot hear it. It's there in the background, but you cannot hear it unless if you have very, very expensive and sensitive monitor speakers, then you'll be able to hear. But it's literally like, it's difficult for you to hear this frequency, but you just have to cut it out to avoid mudding up your mix. So this EQ now is being used to cut this area. Beautiful, right? And now I have done a little bit of boosting again, around 196 hertz, just to give the vocal body, and around 12,797 hertz I have boosted up. This is the frequency. Why is it important for you to like give your vocal this? This is what is called a high, or this is gonna help your tweeters, like your vocals to sound nice in tweeters. So I wanted this song to sound nice in tweeters, especially when you like play it in the car. Those tweeters are just gonna sound great. So it just adds that salt or that sauce to your vocals. So that's the reason why we have used this. Or this is the reason why you must use another EQ. So there is 1, 2, 3 EQs and 2 compressors going on. And now to help the vocal, to warm it up by removing some of that you know, bad floor noise and those that are in the vocals, to help the vocals become warmer, we use X-Noiser. X-Noiser is a denoiser. You can use any denoiser that you have. Just a little bit of that helps the vocals to sound nice.
I don't care about your past, cause I pray for you.
Let me take out FabFilter. Take a listen to FabFilter, and also without X-Noise.
I don't care about your past.
The vocal is not that clean, so FabFilter.
I don't care about your past, cause I pray for you. I don't care about your ex. I just wanna be your name.
Beautiful. All right, in the next tutorial I'm gonna teach you on how to mix big wide vocals, like the space that you're hearing in the background. I'm coming to that, so don't forget to subscribe, and also
cause I pray for you. I don't care about your ex. I just wanna be your next. You're permanent. I don't care about the rest. Let's make our history. I don't care about your weaknesses. No. I don't care about what you did or who you left. I don't care about your background. No. Or everything they've said about you. All I want is just a beautiful woman. A beautiful woman. All I want is just a beautiful woman.